I don't think the Supreme Court decision will be accepted, no matter whichever side it goes to. I'm expecting that tomorrow, most probably, the decision is going to go against the PDM government, and the judges are going to go in favor of Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf. But you have to look at the background also. I mean, if you look at the last 1 year, Muslim League Nawaz and the PDM government, they were without any sort of slogan. They were just trying on the defensive. They didn't have any other way to counter Imran Khan's narrative. And fortunately or unfortunately, this particular case and the way it has been conducted, I think that has given them that fuel that they were waiting for. That even if the elections are held on the 30th of April, they will now have at least that victim card to play in front of their voters and supporters that we never got justice. And here is a particular Supreme Court bench which always goes against us, and we have a history with them. So I think this has more to do with politics rather than the legal matters. All of them know that it is always the prerogative of the Chief Justice. He decides who should be in the bench and who should not be there. Having said that, my particular opinion is that the Chief Justice should have gone for a full court. That would have made things easier for him and for all other judges as well. And they would have been able to call out PDM's bluff in this whole case. So I think the Chief Justice have missed a trick by not going for a full court. I think obviously Imran Khan's position will be vindicated if the decision comes in his favor tomorrow. And I think he would not be willing to sit with PDM after the decision. He might send his second tier or third tier leadership to talk to them, but he won't be sitting on the table himself. And secondly, Imran Khan is right now going on a very popular wave amongst the people. So he doesn't even need to take two steps back. I believe that even if the elections are postponed, that will in fact go in Imran Khan's favor. But what Imran Khan is fearing is that during this time, in the next 4, 5, 6 months, maybe a legal decision against him, maybe an attempt to disqualify him, that could prove very fatal for Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf, and that could actually damage the whole momentum that they already have since the last 1 year. So that is the only fear which Imran Khan has in his mind right now. As far as the popularity or the voting percentage for his party is concerned, I think he's still in a very comfortable position. And as far as PDM campaigning against this judicial decision, I think they are just trying to clutch on anything that comes their way right now, because due to the inflation and the way things have been going on for them in the last 1 year, they are just willing to grab anything that they can. Which is, as they say in Urdu, "Dute ko tinke ka sahara hi kafi hota hai." So I think this has more to do with political survival. That at least they should have something to sell to their voters, to the general public when they go out for the campaign. I think this has more to do with Imran Khan versus anyone but Imran Khan. The division is simply on these lines only. PDM, I think that's not a very big issue for them, that they might start fighting over who's going to be the prime minister. They would be willing to even divide that time if they get the opportunity, that maybe for a year or 2 years, a particular person from People's Party can become the prime minister, and after 2 years, maybe Muslim League Noon can take the slot, and the last year could be given to Maulana Fazlur Rahman also. They would be willing to even go to this extent. But the only thing is, this is an anti-Imran Khan group. They have their internal rifts going on. I know that, but still, they're looking at the bigger cause, and the bigger cause is to stop Imran Khan no matter what happens, because they think if he comes back into power, things are going to be really, really difficult for all of them. And this has also got to do not just with the political players in this arena right now, even the non-political players in Pakistan. I think they are also aiming for that they're willing to go for the lesser evil in their eyes, that is the PDM, rather than to actually coming into a scenario where they have to work with a person like Imran Khan. So right now, all the stakeholders are going against Imran Khan, but definitely the public wave, the support wave is definitely in Imran's favor. I believe once the elections take place, and the sort of coalition that we are seeing right now in PDM, the Noon League and the Pakistan People's Party and JUIFA sitting together, once the elections take place and once we have the number game in front of us, this whole coalition could actually change. If anyone has this thing in their mind that Muslim League Noon and Muslim League Nawaz and Pakistan People's Party are born to get allied together for the next 15, 20 years. I think that particular person is living in a fool's paradise. It is all about numbers. If, let's say, there's a prime example about Pervez Ilahi, that this is the same Pervez Ilahi that Imran Khan used to call Punjab ka sabse bada daku, but then because he needed the numbers, he was willing to make him the Chief Minister of Punjab, and ultimately he did. 2 years ago, 2018-19, he could not even give a second look to Pervez Ilahi. But as the number game required, so even the majority party was willing to give the Chief Minister's slot to Pervez Ilahi. So tomorrow, if the number games require that Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf needs Pakistan People's Party to form the government, and if Pakistan People's Party says that we would need a big chunk of meat from you, I think Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf would be willing to give it to Pakistan People's Party, and Pakistan People's Party would ditch Muslim League Nawaz at the word go. So that would not come as a surprise to me. I think yes, because if you compare the bigger enemy for Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf, their biggest home ground right now is Punjab and KP. KP is much more secure for him. But when it comes to Punjab, Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf is in direct conflict with Muslim League Nawaz. As far as Sindh is concerned, I think Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf already knows that that's a bit tougher for them to counter Pakistan People's Party over there. So yes, I think with Pakistan People's Party, PTI is in a better position to negotiate. I just want to add that whatever we have seen in the last 72 hours, unfortunately, this should never have happened. And the way Supreme Court has conducted this case, I think it could have been done in a much better, much professional way. And as far as the PDM government and the Election Commission is concerned, even their conduct has been very shameful. I mean, they've tried their best to actually delay the elections. There are people talking in Islamabad that maybe the elections are not even going to be held on the 8th of October now. This is very shameful and quite worrisome for this country. So I always thought that the elections should definitely take place on their time, and already we are way above the deadline of those 90 days. So if tomorrow the decision comes in PTI's favor, I hope that comes to the whole fiasco that we have seen in the last 1 month. Now all of that should come to an end now. Obviously, the onus falls on the PDM government then. I mean, they're willing to actually invest billions of rupees in the laptop scheme, but they're not willing to give funds for the elections. This is quite shocking. And this is all due to politics. We know that's not the case. We know that they have to provide the money. I mean, there's no excuse. Because let's say after 5 years, let's say it's the Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf that comes into power, and after 5 years, when we are about to have the elections, at that particular time, Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf says, sorry, we don't have the money. We can't hold the elections right now. Let's do it after a year. So you can't do that. You can't play with the constitution like that. I think it was on very weak footing. Yes, though there is another point, which is, I think, has stronger weight in my, much better weight in my opinion. And that is the particular decision about 63(1)(a), about the dissolution of the assemblies. That particular decision was a very weak decision from the Supreme Court. If Muslim League Nawaz had contested on those points that they want to restore the assemblies, and that particular case should be heard first, that would have been a solid argument. But actually not providing funds and not providing security for the elections, I think that's a very weak argument.